digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash.
So y'all back with another video, man, on Get20, y'all. Get20 season 2, episode 66. Let's go right into it, y'all. Sleep boys. So we're going against the Milwaukee Bucks, y'all. It's lit because Eric Bledsoe is about to be taking tough shots, y'all. So sleep boys. We're on the 61 game streak, y'all. We're about to be on the 62 game streak, y'all. Sleep boys. This Molly Mo Creole playing against the Bucks on our home court, boy. It's lit, yo.
Now we a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. He used to run with a. He used to. Now we a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. Feeling the side, I'm feeling the feet, I'm feeling the streets.
Purse not wearing this headband this game. Alright, I'm not wearing my headband this game, so me and Purse not wearing our headband this game, so we didn't wear it last game. You had a headband off last game. You got it off this game, bro.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Lakers in Los Angeles. For Los Angeles, they come in off a win in their last outing against the 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. That game was a real shootout. They'd like to keep their scoring up, but get a few more stops, too.
The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown
On the
Los
61 game to go.
tonight.
We about to be on the 62 game to go, sleep boy.
And here's a look at some numbers for him.
The most positive thing about...
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
I did not even skip it, bro. Sorry.
Massive leap in
Bro, y'all see my stats.
Thanks, DA.
Y'all see my
Here are the
stats.
starters
Y'all
for
just saw my
Milwaukee.
stats.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Kent Bazemore is out there at Bledsoe, and it's Holmes in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, G is out there with Jay. Then there's Smooth. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Prez in at the small forward.
Alright, boy, we on the tip of sleep, yo. Come on, Eric Bledsoe.
Here's Smooth, guarded by
Keep that right in your
Bledsoe.
face, too.
Trains it from beyond the arc. With the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark's strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on
Yo, they got Bazemore on the Bucks.
I mean, those matchups.
They got Bazemore on the Bucks, bro. Get that cheese out of here, Eric Bledsoe.
Sharpen you up and get you ready. And actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
Here's Smooth, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Back to Bledsoe, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bledsoe's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, what a special player Antetokounmpo is, sharing the sugar there. The vision he showed, nice job finding the open man.
And the Lakers decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with this play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team. Off to a nice start here. They've hit all three from the field.
58 sputters.
And that one,
What are
You know,
big?
he is unafraid Antetokounmpo. So good at measuring up the defense, sizing them up, and then keeping his focus.
The horseman, boy.
That is
Get the horseman, boy. Get the horseman, boy.
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Kevin and Greg, I'm telling you, that is he's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic start.
Number 2 of
Milwaukee
yo, so yo, look, Duke team is coming through.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserve.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that guy.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
How is that? Dude, this game is trash, bro.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander. Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
No good from Bledsoe. Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Smooth. 9 for 9, looking deadly accurate. My guys, he cannot miss.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
The 19-foot shot, and there's another one for the Lakers. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Lakers?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition. And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Bledsoe left side. From 13 feet, it goes down. Bledsoe's got 8 points.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole. This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo kicks it to Bazemore. Milwaukee the rebound, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
Trains the three-pointer.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Oh, yeah.
To Bledsoe, and it's
the cheese older boy.
Here's Smooth, coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. They double him with Middleton, and he comes up with the deuce. 32 points for Smooth.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
Davis is checked in for Smooth.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Smooth checked in for Los Angeles.
The cheese older boy.
Checked in for the Bucks.
The cheese older boy.
Bogdanovich comes in for Kent Bazemore. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bledsoe.
Taking 2 shots.
And the Bucks miss again. Lakers leading by 22. And the
boy
to finish it off. Beauty.
Dunking on Antetokounmpo, boy. Dunking on Antetokounmpo, boy.
Don't leave out the coaching staff here now.
Dunking on
their game plan has
Antetokounmpo,
been
boy.
perfect.
Dunking on Antetokounmpo, boy. I'm gonna take over the game, y'all. So y'all need their team. It's coming to get murdered.
By Milwaukee. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots, and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break.
Alright, he made
because
that
of his
big.
ball handling and passing ability.
I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna come right back. I'm coming right back. I'm on 3, boy.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Prez is checked in.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
Here's Bledsoe, and it's good for 2. Bledsoe's got 13.
Yeah, you know, at times Bledsoe can just be a guy who takes over games with his scoring.
Here's Smooth. The long distance 3 is there.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
And Bledsoe, here we go, makes it off the glass. He's got 15.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Smooth, count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Kyle
Conversion.
He's checked in.
Yo, 3-point play, boy. I'm getting the 3 points so fast, boy.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Korver. Beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists in the game. And here are the Lakers. Here's Smooth. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
From deep, Giannis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Korver gets a wide open look. Offline with his 3.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards. And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Giannis passes to Matthews. Shot to stop the run. That shot, no good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Los Angeles.
I did not call a timeout, bro.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And the Lakers with some changes. LeBron's checked in for James. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Preds. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Lights Out. Here's Smooth. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And
Converting. No. 3-point play, boy. I'm getting the 3 points so fast, boy.
From a deficit unless you play good defense.
And it's Korver in the corner.
He taking 2 shots.
Korver missing again.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
That one drops for him.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle with their offensive end.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Matthews. They get it back. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Giannis has got his third basket of the night. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Bogdanovic. He gets that one. 61 points for Smooth.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
I'm gonna take over again, yo. So y'all nigga, their team.
Shot game clock separated by 5. Antetokounmpo passes to Holmes. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Smooth. Non-stop scoring machine.
I don't care if y'all double team. I don't care. I don't care, bro.
Gets it off. And good. He hits it again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Los Angeles on top, delivering the
That cheese over here, boy.
Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
I found 58 sputters.
Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
In the Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you got, just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vallanos. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much
The big time jam, boy.
Just stretching out the
The
floor.
big time jam, boy.
They had the
The
defense.
big time jam, boy.
And you know what? That's what
Big
happens
time
when you
jam, boy.
establish your three-point
Hey,
game early.
boy.
Puts the
With
defense
the big
right
time
up against
jam,
it.
bro. With the
We've
big
got
time
Jay.
jam, boy.
Kyle Kuzma is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Smooth. And it's Wade in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's
the
what being an
reverse
All-Star is.
windmill, boy.
Player and a
With the
complete
reverse
player.
yeah.
Playing for nothing else but to win.
With the reverse windmill.
First-time All-Star and well-deserved.
With the reverse
David, thank you.
windmill, boy.
And,
With the
you know,
reverse
quite a bit of
windmill,
turnover
boy.
for the Lakers in
That
recent
cheese
years.
over here, boy.
The front office to the
That
coaching
cheese
staff.
over here.
I think it's
Too
always
good, bro.
important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Giannis outside. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. To halt the run, and it's LeBron James with the rebound. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Davis is checked in for Jay. The Bucks also changing it up. Chris Middleton's checked in for Rashad Holmes. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Kyle Korver.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
I found 58
Brown against
sputters.
Kuzma. Brown the pass to Bazemore.
Work.
The offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Antetokounmpo's got 8.
Antetokounmpo going to work inside. Yeah, he's 6'11", but he's also relentless. You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Lights out checked in for the Lakers. The Bucks also with the sub. Eric Bledsoe checked in for Brown.
And wasn't sure he could keep up the pace he set from three-point range in that first, but boy, has he ever.
Here's Smooth, and there it is for him.
Not a lot of resistance on
I'm
the
gonna take over
inside.
with you,
They're
yo.
taking full
So y'all know the deal team
Greg, the play
is
in the paint has
coming.
gone almost entirely all their way.
And again, the Bucks miss.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee. No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Milwaukee. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Looking to end the run. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's Smooth. And yep, another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. But the big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell your
Converting
viewers
the three-point play, boy. I'm getting the 3 points the old-fashioned way,
I'm
boy.
a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. Now the Bucks moving it up. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
And
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron
The hard swing, boy.
scanning the floor and finding the open man.
With the hard swing, boy.
Milwaukee's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second.
From 58 sputters.
And
From
they double up
58 sputters.
Bledsoe kicks it to Bazemore. Bucks passing it around. Right side out of Antetokounmpo. Now the pass to Bazemore.
No.
From outside, off the mark.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Drills the three-pointer.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
James checked in for Los Angeles. Prez comes in for Smooth.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled
Jordan
that one
Curtis
out in the
swing, boy.
course of an actual game.
With the Jordan Curtis swing, boy.
You gotta show it.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Smooth checked in for Prez. Passes it to Bender. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
Yeah, I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
Smooth passes to lights out. Fires for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
Simply one of the best shooting performances you are ever going to see. A three-point barrage.
High arcing shot. Tries again. Kicks it down to Middleton. Bledsoe for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 19 points.
It's been their Achilles heel defensively. They just have not been able to control that backboard.
Greg, they're getting outworked on the glass, and those second chance buckets have devastated their defense.
Another steal. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Middleton outside. And Bledsoe now top of the key. Got a piece of
The
it.
Chiefs, older boy.
And he sinks the layup. He's got 21. Here's Smooth. Pulls up on the wing. And again, it's the Lakers.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Yeah.
Bledsoe outside.
I'm gonna take over again. Y'all see y'all in the dumb team. It's coming to get hurt.
Antetokounmpo.
I found 58 sputters.
And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. A different look for Milwaukee. DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Bender. Matthews comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Kent Bazemore. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Wilson. It's stolen by Prez. And here's the fast break. Here's Smooth. The fast break ends at the rim with the jam.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And here's Bledsoe. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Indiana.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
And a big summer for the Lakers, trading for Anthony Davis. For a time, Greg, it even looked like they had a great shot at landing Kawhi Leonard.
He ends up choosing the Clippers, which gives rise to a compelling rivalry. The nexus of NBA basketball has shifted to the city of Angels. Whichever team you root for, LA fans with a lot to celebrate.
And another steal for him.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
Good boy.
Here's Smooth. And another one.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. There's a minute left to play here in the half. James against Antetokounmpo. They can't stop the run with that one.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And it's tonight. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. For 3, Bledsoe. Prez with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Smooth. Pass to Prez. That will count. And again, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And so it's Los Angeles holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. Their defense has been active and effective. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Kyle, a little tough there offensively in the first half. How do you guys get going in the second?
keep on moving the ball, play with energy, play with the pass. I mean, they're a great defensive team. It's what they do. So it's going to be tough tonight, but we did all right.
Hey, Kyle, thanks a lot for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Milwaukee.
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Gut check time, Ernie.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
Well, with the double-double in hand through two quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Holmes in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, you know, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstars. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender. Clearly out of sync to begin this half, 0 for their first 3 attempts.
From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Yep, he's their leading scorer, Kevin, in this game, and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt about it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the middle, here's Middleton.
Come on, bro.
Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
For Milwaukee, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Ball stolen. Here's Smooth. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Pass to Middleton. The tray. A three-pointer is right on target. Middleton's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Middleton really is an amazing shooter. Absolutely amazing, especially from long distance.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And stolen by James.
The
scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Lakers have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And there's the pass to Holmes. Middleton looking
Oh,
it
these
over.
screens.
6
Get
on the
the cheese
shot clock.
over here,
Got
boy.
a hand on it.
He had a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Back to Bledsoe. Can they get it?
Boy, get the cheese over here.
His game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great
Get the
effort.
cheese over here, boy.
It's gone his way.
Didn't think that was going to go in. Smooth's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Good on the shots. 23 points for Eric Bledsoe.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on one of them. And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Passes it to Holmes.
From 58 Spiders.
Middleton with it. 7 points in the game. And
Get the cheese over here, boy.
Rebounded by the Lakers. Jay's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket
Converting.
in the paint.
Well,
3-point play, boy. I'm getting the 3 points the old fashioned way, boy.
Really got to pick up that interior defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Jay. James comes in for James. And Kyle Kuzma subbed in for lights out.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Korver, good.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here's Smooth. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
Time out real quick.
Here's someone who's really been playing well, earning the Player of the Month in the East. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
Timeout called the Lakers. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it, and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the 3-point line. And then also defensively, be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
Lights out, checked in for the Lakers.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to look at
Holmes passes to Middleton.
I forgot to sub Junior James and Jay.
Pass to Connaughton.
And
Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. You like that?
Yes and no. I think you have 2 separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have. And then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly.
Whoa, quit.
I don't like it.
Here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This
I
one
thought it
in
was somebody
regards to
else.
the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
I thought somebody else fouled, but that was me.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels it's
bro.
the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Connaughton kicks to Brown.
No, so good. Watch this. Just watch.
6 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And again, the Bucks miss. Connaughton's gone 1 of 4 so far. Smooth uses the glass to finish the layup.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Swiped it away. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. By himself. And he goes in for the dunk.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Okay.
Boy, that's my ball. Boy, that's my steal. Boy, I'm about to take over it again, y'all. So y'all in the them team. It's gonna get me.
Fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Back to Connaughton. That one's off, still out of sync.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Basket good.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
From 58 sputters.
Brown outside. To the inside.
Bro, how is that a foul?
Shoot 2 here.
This game is pure buns.
We've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. The Lakers, number 1. In the 3rd spot, the Bucks.
And we're getting to watch 2 of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Dragan Bender, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Matthews comes in.
He's a brave man. You're risking life and limb trying to move like that.
He couldn't pass it up, though, right? Letting it all go.
You know, that's exactly what the fans love to see, guys. I mean, they're paying good money, big money. They want wins, but they also want to be entertained.
Back to Connaughton. Matthews with the bounce pass. Korver passes to Bender. Shot clock at 3. From deep 3-point range. And
bro, what? All right, babe, we gonna come. I'm coming right back. I'm coming right back.
Matthews has got his
we coming right back.
of the game. And the shooting guard,
boy,
Wesley Matthews,
I come right back.
Who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
All right, babe.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
I'm gonna come right back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. Wow. What can you say?
Come on, ready.
Another steal. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Smooth. And the layup falls. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Connaughton. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
I'm all right with him taking that shot close to the hoop, but really not from long range. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Outside Matthews. Pass to Korver.
I found 58 spiders.
And Connaughton has it in the corner.
The cheese out of here, boy.
Another block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
Wade, he's checked in for Smooth. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Wilson's checked in. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the third. Matthews, no good. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Lights Out. Lays it up off the glass. Lights Out's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
From downtown, and it's, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Los Angeles. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Prez. Jay out there with G. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Smooth in at the point. That's the Laker 5.
And really, as the 3-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Knocks it loose. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Over James. 5 to shoot. Matthews, no good. Matthews has gone 1 of 4 from the field. Here's Smooth. Again, Los Angeles.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
To the paint. And there's Korver on the assist by Bender. And it's 7 points for Kyle Korver.
Boy, you gotta love the unselfish play of Bender. When he sees a teammate wide open, he doesn't hesitate at all to whip the ball over to him.
It's been this way since
I'm about to go over me, yo, so y'all need to do too. It's gonna get good.
It's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
DiVincenzo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
He got it again. Sensational.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Outside Korver. The pass to Matthews. Here's DiVincenzo. Knocked loose.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's the break. Here's Smooth.
Oh. Yeah.
And that one is
with the reverse windmill, boy.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun.
With the reverse windmill.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Matthews. And here's Korver. do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Chalk up 2 there. DiVincenzo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense.
No, that's too far.
Get to the bucket.
But they recover.
That's too far, dude.
From deep.
That's too far.
Rebound,
That's
Milwaukee.
too far, bro.
And that was a little bit of a
That's too
range
far.
check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And Korver,
so
a
good.
team-first guy. When one of his guys is open, he wastes.
Connects again from distance.
And the threes just keep on coming. Another shot and another make.
He's starting to creep up that list now for most three-pointers in a game. We'll see if he can keep going. DiVincenzo. And James pulls it down. James has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Smooth. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Now here's Bender, guarded closely, and pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles, and another one falls. Amazing.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Here's DiVincenzo. Clark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is...
And again for 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stump.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Outside Korver. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's a look now what's coming up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Phoenix to take on the Suns. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage.
And the Lakers call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Smooth.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a
good! Another from 3.
He is unstoppable here. Hits again from beyond the arc.
What a historic night for him. Shooting the ball, he now stands, GA, by himself for 3rd place in most threes all time. They need this one. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
He kicks to Bender. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
From deep three-point range, and another three for the Lakers.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Lights out checked in for Los Angeles. Timeout called the Lakers. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. In the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only two conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Jay's checked in for Howard. James comes in for DeMarcus Cousins.
If y'all like this video, man, like and subscribe to the chamber. Turn on post notification bell so you never miss it. So you never miss it. Look, go follow me on PS4, yo, Antonio, level 2593. And subscribe to my second channel, Antonio Peace. Peace out, love y'all. I'll see you guys in my next video. It's yo. Get that cheese out of here, boy.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Now here's Brown. Tight defense on him. Connaughton kicks to Wilson. Clock at 6. No good, unable to end this run. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Smooth. Yet another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Connaughton passes to Wilson. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. There's a minute 47 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Smooth. Good, that's another bucket.
He's scoring at an insane level here, folks. The defense powerless to slow him down.
Yeah, he's on a mission, closing in on 3rd place all-time in scoring. Connaughton kicks to Wilson. DiVincenzo passes to Wilson. Here's DiVincenzo. The shot, no good.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a
Just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
Yeah, I got triple-double. I got 10 blocks.
A cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you have to love the effort this team plays with. Another one goes. Incredible.
He has been simply unstoppable.
And he's now 3rd all-time for points in a game. 1 for the ages. Here's DiVincenzo. James covering.
Do not foul. Do not foul.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Here are the Lakers with the ball. Here's Smooth, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And to the pass to DiVincenzo. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right.
Had 239 points, 23 steals, 10 blocks, and I had 27 dunks. Junior Pitts had 15 points.